All right, it's story time. I promise this has to do with what I'm talking about today, but I was at the gym and working on the cable machine. I don't know if you guys have ever used the cable flies, but it's like a two-sided machine, right? You've got two on your side, you've got two on the other side. And anyway, I go to set my water down and my towel, getting ready to warm up. And as I'm facing that way, I see there's another person using the machine on the other side of me. It's a girl, and I noticed a tattoo she has on right above her knee. It's the year 1999. Now, it gets my attention because that is a special year for myself. Number one, it's the last year of the 20th century. Number two, it's the year I graduated high school. And it always brings back some fond memories. It was a long time ago. So I couldn't help myself. I walked around real quick and I said, "Hey, excuse me," kind of got her attention because everybody's got their earbuds in nowadays. And I said, "I got to ask, is that the year you were born?" And she laughed and said, "Yes." And I said, "Wow, way to make me feel old. I graduated from high school that year." And so we just kind of laughed about it. She had a really good attitude. And she says, "I'm sorry." And I said, "No, there's nothing to be sorry about, right?" I let her get back to her workout. I got back to mine. But I was thinking about it. I was like, there were two things that if I would have had the opportunity to share with this person, I would have shared. And of course, nobody wants to listen to an old man, kick wisdom and knowledge, right? Right there at the gym. Everybody's trying to get their workout on and get out. But if I had the opportunity, two things I would have said to her. Number one, I would have said, "Hey, you don't need to be sorry. It's a blessing to be young. It's also a blessing to grow older." See, what I've learned since that time, what I've endured since I was an 18-year-old senior in high school, graduating, to now a 45-year-old man, priceless. Some things I've learned through principle, right? Dr. Covey says that's the best teacher. Principles. A lot of stuff I had to learn by experience. A lot of stuff I had to learn by the hard teacher. Right? If you've ever watched that movie Kill Bill, you know who Pai Mei is. And you can envision the training method that she had to go through, the Black Mamba. Now, it's not ideal. That's a hard teacher, but it'll teach you some things you didn't know about yourself. And if you're fortunate enough to understand that, to learn that, that means you've grown. So I'm grateful. I've had my time. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be 45 years old. Second thing I would have told her was this: you only need to be sorry if you get to my age and you haven't grown up yet. See, that's a choice. There's a lot of people out there who've chosen not to do that. And there are some of us who are afraid to do so. We're afraid to leave old mentalities, old ways of thinking alone. I've grown so much since that time, not just in age, not just in experience, but in mentality and mindset. I've matured. I've come to be honest with myself about some things that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do. And that is what being authentic is. That's what being your most authentic self is. Taking into account what you've been through, what you've learned, what no one else could truly experience. Yes, there are parallels. Yes, there are others who have been alive that long and longer, but everyone's experience is uniquely theirs. The problem isn't growing old. The problem is growing old and not growing up. The problem is allowing all those years to take place, to wake up every single day blessed with another day of life, another gift of a day of life, and still not understanding and still not getting it. That's tragic. And that can't be replicated, either or, good or bad. That's a human experience. This day and age, I say this, I say you and I, we need to be authentic individuals And we need to take that serious, and we need to make sure that is something that we're upholding. We don't need to be afraid of technology. We don't need to be afraid of the future. We don't need to deny what's happening in the present. We just need to be authentically us. So keep going. I hope this helps.